today. We're now going to turn things over to the Soldiers Field Day portion of things. But before we go any further, Mr. Doherty has an announcement to make.
Salut, bonjour, je m'appelle Peter. Bienvenue à la démonstration de la puissance de la poudre noire, ici à Fort-Georges. Est-ce qu'il y a des francophones ici qui voudraient avoir cette présentation traduite en français? Oui, parfait, OK.
Excellent. So, again, welcome to the fort, and I guess the first thing I want to run by everybody is, although we've just been listening to fifes and drums, and we have to use our ears for that, some of the stuff we're about to do now, your ears aren't that receptive toward. In other words, when we fire these cannons, they're louder than you think they might be. So, our suggestion to you is, when we tell you, or when you hear the word prepare to fire, you do what we do, which looks something like this. So cover your ears and open your mouth, and because I'm telling you, these cannons are a little louder than you think they might be. Now, first of all, I'd like to explain that we are having a competition here this year, and we're about to see more than what we normally produce here at Fort George for our firepower demonstration. And in the realm of competition, I'm going to read off what the scores are and where everybody is right now, and so you'll have an idea as to who to cheer for. But we're going to fire one of these cannons over here to start our activity today, so when it goes off, it'll be your turn to practice. In fact, let's practice that now. So, I'm going to say prepare to fire, and you guys know what to do. So prepare to fire. I wish I had a camera.
You want mine?
For you folks down there, when these guns go off, I would recommend you cover your ears, because you're at the loud end.
I do this every year. We're coming back to the loud end.
Somewhere where I'm not in the way. Well, that makes it difficult. Yeah, I guess so. Well, you can judge for yourself. You can wait. So let the first cannon fire and see how you feel after that.
Yeah, I'll cover it in.
Here we go. Cover him up. Fire.
I was going to drop the camera.
So welcome to Fort George and the major firepower demonstration. The idea of our demonstration here is to show you that the British Army wasn't always doing what the movies would have you believe it's supposed to do. There are many ways that you can deploy the British soldier, and we'll show you a number of those ways. First of all, what you have forming up to your left-hand side are a couple of companies of the 41st Regiment of Foot. They're the guys with the red coats with the red facings. That's the cuff and the collar, are known as facing colors. And these are our home regiment. The 41st, Fort George, was the headquarters of the 41st Regiment of Foot during the War of 1812. Closest to us, we have the Grenadiers. They're wearing the white hackles on top of their heads. And these are the people who would historically carry and throw grenades. But they're not using grenades by our time period anymore, but typically you chose the tallest of the guys to be your Grenadiers. Beside them, we have the light infantry, and they've got the green hackle on the top of their hat. The light infantry was often younger guys, perhaps even more spry, faster, being able to move around at a quicker pace than the older fellas are, and in many cases they're asked to be thinking soldiers as well. They do things in some cases on their own. They're not always having to be told exactly what to do at all times. Beyond them, in the red coats with the yellow cuffs and collars, these are the Canadian Fencibles. These were a group of Canadians raised around the York or the Toronto area today that were raised to try and keep this country from becoming the United States of America during the War of 1812. The Fencibles Regiment is just that. A regiment raised in its homeland so it does not have to fight outside of its homeland. And at the very front, as they come around, you'll see some guys with red coats with green cuffs and collars. These are the 49th Regiment of Foot. These were the guys that were Brock's regiment. If you've ever heard of Major General Sir Isaac Brock, he served with that regiment for a long time before he became a staff officer and was therefore turned into the commanding officer of all the forces in Upper Canada. So again, right in the front there, you've got the 49th Regiment of Foot. They hail from Fort Erie today. They basically stripped the entire staff from Fort Erie and brought them here. And behind, give them a round of applause. Right in behind them, they're from Toronto. There's the Canadian Fencibles. Give them a round of applause. And then our hot guard, the Lights of the Grenadiers. Let's hear it for them.
Halt! Halt! Infantry will change direction to the right. 5 companies to the right. Wheel! Quick! March! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, rest! On! Run!
Now,
Infantry on the right. Rest!
By the way, to let you know what's going
That's
on
the line.
right now, the red with the yellow facings, these guys right here, they are in first place. 76.5 points. Our light infantry, these guys right here with the green hackles. From here on down, these guys are in second place with 76 points. Let's hear it for them. Area here with the Grenadiers. They're in third position right now. They're very close behind with 75.5 points. Let's hear it for them. Small squad here from Fort Erie right now sits in third place with 73.6 points. They're doing an excellent job. Let's hear it for them. And then the squad is actually handling our cannons over there right now. They're in the fourth position, and then the white squad that's just trailing. Catching up later.
Shut! Hey!
Okay, right now it's called Shortland Pattern Tower Flintlock Smoothbore Muzzle.
Order!
And the weapon itself is a challenge to be clean, and it's a challenge to withstand. So what they're doing now is they're going to check the inside of the barrel to make sure that it's a clean weapon. It's not loaded, and there's nothing in there that's going to keep them from firing.
Out!
So they move the musket to the left-hand side of the body. They open up they take out the rammer, and then insert the rammer down the pipe. As the sergeant walks by, they'll drop the rammer. If you hear that pinging sound, it means there's nothing in there. If there's a thump, there's a problem. It's either loaded or there's something in there that shouldn't be. Then they go by around again as the soldiers present to them the rammers. And the sergeants are checking to make sure that there's not too much oil on the bottom of the rammer. There's not too much black powder fouling. Again, these are just things that can cause the weapon not to operate.
Infantry, shoulder! 1, 2, 3, 4! Order! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Now, you'll hear a different counting system, but you'll notice that they're all basically doing exactly the same thing. They've all been trained with the 1804 Manual of Arms. And the Manual of Arms states that with each motion, there will be one movement with 3 pauses in between.
Secure! Arms!
Move! Now this position's really great because it keeps the weapon from falling in water.
Order! This
adds about 1.5 pounds of weight to the weapon.
Shoulder!
These are the approved ways that you can carry the weapon.
Arm. Out. Straight. Go. High. Press. Fight. Order. Arm. High. Press. Fight. High. Press. Fight. Unfit. Stand. Shoulder. Arm. 1, 2. Rear ankle take the close order. Quick. Hard.
Now, if you've never tried to march in a line, watch how difficult, well, watch how easy they make this look. You'll notice that the rear rank is stepping in the footsteps of the other gentlemen.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Front. Turn to march. At the ordinary. March.
So they will leave the field, but they will come back. We're now going to move on and talk about artillery.